What's up, everybody? Kyle Marlette here with Vanishing Magic. I'm here with my buddy Darryl Davis, the creator of Unbound, which is an impromptu and invisible deck. Now, I actually saw Darryl perform this for ages ago, and I was like, bro, you should release that. And then we ended up filming it and releasing it, and that's what happened. I actually shot some of it.
You did, he was
I
there.
made some guest appearances.
It was awesome.
It's a big deal, you guys. But I know a lot of people at home have a lot of questions.
Lots of questions.
So I'm gonna have you answer those questions.
Okay.
But before we do that, I want to do a full performance so everybody can see what a full, like, uncut, full performance looks like. So let's do that now. See, I'll cut it there so it looks like you just. I just want, like, our editor to put, like, 80s stuff right there. Like, okay, go on.
Okay.
So show us. So this is a routine that's not on the trailer,
but on the DVD. One of, like, a bajillion things that are on the DVD. Like 2.5 hours long. Bajillions. Kyle's on there. Alan's on there. Other Darryl's on there. You'll meet him later. Actually, in this video, you'll see him.
Yeah. Do it. Go. Quick.
Wait.
Oh gosh.
Wait, Kyle. This is not impromptu. If you want to see the impromptu version, that's on the trailer. Exactly. No cuts. There's no cuts in that, I promise.
Right.
People will see me do it everywhere. This has a little bit of setup in the beginning, but it uses regular cards. So let's get into it. You ready?
I've been ready.
All right. Kyle, I have a deck of cards. I'm gonna put those right here, and we'll get back to them in a second.
Okay.
Now, I've actually made a prediction inside that deck of cards.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that in a little bit more detail in a second.
Okay.
You're about to make some choices, very important choices, but the most important choices you'll ever make.
Yes.
I want you. You know, hearts, clubs, spade, diamond.
I've heard of it.
Okay, thank you. I want you to take out from this invisible deck that you're imagining, okay, either all the reds or all the blacks.
Blacks.
You got all the blacks.
Got
Okay, now separate those into two piles. You got the clubs and the spades.
Got it.
Okay, and now just toss one of those on the floor. Which ones do you toss on the floor?
Clubs.
Okay, we got a whole mess here then. Thanks.
Okay, clubs. Everywhere.
Everywhere. Now there's really your big decision here. All the clubs, you know, ace through king, just pick one of those up for me. Anyone you want.
This is me acting.
Okay, he's acting.
Got one.
Might not work, so you actually go to the floor. Which club did you pick up?
5 of clubs.
The 5 of clubs.
That's my choice.
You want to switch it for one on the floor?
I do not want
He's
to.
not betting down twice. I know he's
do not want to.
Alright, cool. Here we go. 5 of clubs. I told you I made a prediction. My prediction is actually in this box, and it's actually reversed, facing a different way than the rest of the cards. Here we go. Spread through, and you'll actually see that there's one card reversed.
Right, see that, yeah.
Yes.
All the other ones are normal, right? 5 of clubs. Show the camera.
Oh, sorry.
5 of clubs. That's great.
That's it. So it's not impromptu, little bit of setup, but it's great for parlor situations. You don't have to do a deck switch afterwards. Not that there's anything wrong with the deck switch, but
I mean, the normal classic invisible deck is great. We're talking more about that later. But also, like, what's nice about this one is we're close up, and this is a really good parlor one because you can make a big deal about it and put like a dome over it or whatever you want to do. And also, this isn't impromptu, but you could also set this up in front of people, like while you're mid-conversation, or you could set this up before people come to the restaurant.
Yeah, if you're sitting at dinner and you've been using this deck of cards all night, like hanging out with your magic buddies, and you set this up in 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden blow their minds with the invisible deck, and then just keep using your deck, it's great.
Or it could be like a final trick, whatever. So it's really good. Full, performance, uncut. It's good.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, and more swipes. Swipes. And we're back. So Darryl, a lot of people have had a lot of questions. Some people have emailed us here at Vanishing, some on the cafe and things like that. So what are like the top questions that you've had? And I know you've answered some on the cafe and on the Facebook comments and stuff. But what is some of the top questions you've had that you can maybe help people understand, and why Unbound is a solid version of the classic plot of an invisible deck?
Fair enough. All right. Well, you guys know the magic world. You don't really get asked questions. You get statements yelled at you, right? So we'll talk about some of those statements, which is totally fine and totally valid all the way around. First thing is people say it is a ripoff of Alex Elmsley's trick.
Sure.
Yes, it is. That's what it is. But let me tell you a little bit about the history of this. Alex Elmsley created this a long time ago, right? It was great. It was awesome for what it was. Everybody loved it. Alan Ackerman saw some problems with it, and in 1992, which is still 23 years ago, updated it completely and changed it. And then me, 2 years ago, I saw Alan perform it, and I saw some things I still didn't like about it. Okay, and two of those things I didn't like about it. So the final version of this trick was with Alan Ackerman, and he would have to turn his back. He would say, think of a card, and then he would say, give me a second. And he would turn his back and say, I'm gonna do some dirty work over here, and he would turn his back. And it was cool.
That was a really good Alan impression.
Was it good? It was good.
Dead on.
Alan, to this day, still likes doing that. He actually hasn't taken on that part of the version. But that's good. That's what he likes to do. He likes to make the prediction in front of him. So that's totally Alan, totally awesome. I didn't like it personally. Second thing, I did not like the pressure fan at all.
I can't actually do one. Oh, look at that.
Oh, what's that?
My God. Well, kind of.
Okay, Kyle.
Sorry. I didn't think I could do one. Go on. Go on.
Where was I?
You were talking about pressure fan. You didn't like the pressure fan.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the pressure fan, and nobody else really did either, because what happens is as you're pressure fanning the cards, you see all the faces, and then you say, what was the card you were thinking of? And you dig a card, and it kind of appears. You know what I'm saying? And so as soon as I came up with the method of doing everything in the hands and spreading it like in a casual way, that's when everybody kind of like fell in love with the trick at this point. Alan loved it, and we have Alan's full endorsement. So
he's on the DVD. I remember, because I was part of this whole thing. I saw you perform this over a year or so ago when we were shooting a pilot for a TV show, and I was blown away with it, and I showed some people, and we were like, we got to do this, and I loved it. So I mean, it was really great having Alan come in, and he said some really nice things on the trailer, but also Alan actually teaches his version on, like a version of your version.
He has, I mean, honestly, that's another thing, people talk about the price point. They're like, why is it so expensive? This should be like buried in a book somewhere. And I would kind of agree if we didn't expand on it so much. There's probably, I think, 13 different versions plus a handful of other ideas using this method and principle. Alan alone's section is worth $25.
Yeah,
he teaches a 3-phase, like tour de force, like memorized deck with crazy gambling stuff, all using this routine and starting with this and keeping everything in order, and then teaches a whole like 15-minute section on just the Pharaoh Shuffle.
Well, also on top of that, which the Pharaoh Shuffle by itself, because I'm horrible at Pharaoh Shuffling, and having that knowledge, taught by Alan is amazing. But also, Alan even teaches a version that takes yours and makes it clean, right? Or
yeah. Oh yeah. No, both of them. Both. That's the thing. There's cleanup and different ways to set up depending what you want to kind of glean out of this. The main thing of this is the impromptu that you saw in the trailers. Borrow a deck, do the trick, you're done. But now there's also ways to set up different. You have more advantages in other ways. And that's why I'm not saying this is better than the regular invisible deck. This just has advantages that the regular invisible deck doesn't, and the invisible deck has advantages that this doesn't. And so it's just another thing to add. It's a great something to have. You get very close to the invisible deck in any situation.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's close to the invisible deck. I mean, to me, the only difference is that with the invisible deck, they freely name a card. But even here, I think it's even better because I can see which card that I'm picking and I'm choosing, and it is a 100% free choice. I mean, that's what I don't think people realize when watching the trailer, is that they think you're doing like a timing force or something like that. I mean, when you spread the cards, I can pick any of the cards that I'm legitimately seeing. So really, it is a free choice, and it feels really, really free.
And also what happens a lot, and I'll give you this little thing, this happens a lot, and we go over in the DVDs, because people think, I say, oh look, think of a card, and I show them 5 cards. And a lot of people aren't happy with that. I'll say, look, Kyle, think of a card, you got one? And they'll say, no.
No.
And I'll say, all right, keep going, you got one?
Yes, now I do.
Okay, see, so I can keep going. He says, no, I can get one from the bottom. It doesn't matter what card he sees.
Which I think is another question I kept seeing a lot, which people think that maybe there's only like a 5 or 6 card block that they can choose from.
Yeah, no, there's really not. It's anywhere in the deck you can see, and we talk about that all in the DVD. It's like 2.5 hours long. We got the other Darryl teaching equivoques and all these crazy stuff, but the impromptu version is exactly like you saw in the trailer.
Well, cool. I think that answers a lot of the questions, I think.
But now for the fun part. Wait, before we get to the fun part, I see all these videos and the fancy editing. So if I go giraffe here, you guys are gonna edit a giraffe there, right?
No.
There's gonna be a giraffe. Is there
No,
a giraffe?
there's not gonna be a giraffe.
I hope there is. All right.
We're making it over here.
All right. Okay. Say hi, Darryl. Hello.
So say his real name, his full name.
Darryl Williams, and I'm Darryl Williams.
Which Darryl is also on the DVD. Darryl is a really great magician and mentalist, mind reader type of performer, and from Vegas as well. And you teach your version of equivoque using with his trick.
Yeah, doing the version that you guys just saw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which it feels crazy free.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating because as a magician, I'm trying to trick you, and it didn't work.
Still works.
So go on.
Okay, well, yeah, so if you buy Unbound with Vanishing Ink, because it really is one of our favorite magic websites, like it's really boutique feel.
We're pretty
I
great.
really feel like I'm buying something that Kyle, Josh, Andy, they all back, which is really nice. I've never had a problem with them, and I love them so much. That's why we're doing this interview, and also me and Darryl, collectively known as the Other Brothers. Maybe you older folks out there will get that.
I don't get it.
Okay, Kyle. We're giving you guys a free download. This is a trick of ours that we really like. We do it all the time, and we're releasing it for free if you buy Unbound from Kyle.
From me. I don't know where.
Email him at KYL.
Kyra.tv. No, through Vanish Inc. So if you go to Vanish Inc. and you either download Vanish Unbound, if you download it or purchase the physical DVD, and you'll receive an email with a link to this new download, completely free. It just comes with it, and I didn't even ask these guys to do it. They actually offered to do it. So this is totally something we're not trying to make money off this. This is something that they're just doing really nice, and it's really cool of them to be doing it.
And also, our one selfish motive of this is that you will probably not see another release from me by myself almost never ever again. This is like one of my best friends, and we come up with stuff, we consult together for magicians.
So sweet, guys.
And
I'm
so
right here,
anything
but
you see
whatever.
released from this point forward is going to be an Other Brothers download. It's going to be a collaboration, maybe with Kyle, but mostly Other Brothers stuff. So you guys get a little taste of what we like to do, our magic, a little different than probably what you're used to, and you'll get a free download.
And you're gonna love it.
Are you guys done talking about you guys?
Yeah, they're gonna love it.
Okay. I thought I was your best friend, but whatever. Giraffe. So I think that's it. I think this video is going on way too long. So you get a free download if you get Unbound with us at Vanish Inc. Either downloaded version or a physical version. And hopefully these questions answered some of the concerns, some questions that people have had. And I mean, that's it.
That's it. You done?
Peace.